Hello, my loves. My name is Meowgical Mary, and today is demo day. Today we are going to be playing a puzzle game. And so it is known as a dark, casual puzzle type game. And it is called Strange Antiquities. And it's supposed to come out on September 17th, so just next week. It's supposed to come out, and I'm kind of excited. I've been watching a little bit on Steam, the trailers and stuff for this game. I have not seen anybody play this game because it was a puzzle game. I didn't want to spoil anything for me. Experiencing it. So I haven't seen anybody play this game, but I have seen the trailers and stuff on Steam, and I thought it looks cool. I also learned that this game is actually part of a series, but this is a standalone in the series. I don't know what the name of the series is called. I don't know if they have like a name for the series itself. But the first one in the series was called Strange Horticulture. And I have not played it either. So I'm going into this pretty much blind, but it seems really interesting, and Strange Horticulture, a lot of people really liked. And so hopefully this is a good one. So we'll see. But it is advertised as a standalone sequel. So it should be fine to play just on its own. So we'll see. But our Steam description says, become the custodian of a store dealing in occult antiquities. Explore the quaint and gloomy town of Undermere, where strange goings-on and dark mysteries abound. Find and identify arcane artifacts, use your collection to aid the townsfolk with their unusual problems, and remember to pet your cat. So yes, so that is our goal today. Okay, making sure that we are running the shop, and don't forget to pet the cat. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go start game. How do you say that word? As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there is a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. Okay, continue. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Ellie left the shop, Strange Antiquities, in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging, with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. I like the noises. The ravens were an omen, a circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed even then to signal the start of a rising dread. Yeah, this opening is kind of cool. Okay, day 1, Thursday. It's interesting you're starting in the middle of the week. Well, halfway through the middle of the week. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm supposed to... We're gonna pet the cat. Oh, I can't think what it's called, but the cat's one of those cats that have the two different colored eyes. Oh, I can't think what that syndrome, I think it's considered a syndrome, what that genetic syndrome is called. But yes, it's beautiful. Anyways, so let's click this. Okay, Eli White. Or maybe it's Ellie? No, probably Eli. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. I am leaving the shop in your care, with some reluctance, I might add. Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. Okay. There's an index in the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully. And remember that there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. I should be back in a few days. So I'm supposed to run the store but not touch anything at all. Okay, interesting. Use arrow keys or WASD to navigate your shop. Okay. I want to... How do I... Oh, inspect with right click. Okay. A Guide to Occult Objects by T.S. Gill. Contents. So these are all the different occult objects. Heart Chamber. Heart Chamber. There's a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast, Blencathra. Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, it trapped its soul, along with its power, in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep a loved one close to heart after death. Holgar wielding his twin axes, Wolfsong and Fairbringer. Fearbringer. That makes more sense, because it doesn't seem like it's a Fairbringer. Okay. Let's pack out of here. So, what is this? What does this day one? Okay, so this is what's happened so far in the shop, and it's repeating it back to me. Okay. And when I click on the cat, I'm sorry, what? We're going to go back to the cat, but I wanted to read this real quick. The thaumaturge, Eli is a thaumaturge, a collector and curator of powerful objects. Objects that to the untrained eye may appear dull and lifeless, but that in the right hands and armed with the right knowledge can be a gateway to so much more. For Eli, the quest to unearth and understand each new object has been the driving force of his adult life. As owner of Strange Antiquities, Eli is a stern master. He knows firsthand what can happen if the right precautions are not taken. He doesn't tend to show much emotion, but he does have a more tender side, a side that is mostly reserved for the store's cat, Jupiter. Okay, now back to the cat. So this cat is classified because Eli was a thaumaturge, however you say that, the collector of occult artifacts, right? This cat is classified as a devourer of souls. I mean, as a cat owner, some people could argue. My boys are pretty sweet most of the time, but some people could argue they are a devourer of souls. Interesting, though. So the cat's name is Jupiter. Jupiter is the thaumaturge's cat, or more accurately, Eli is Jupiter's thaumaturge. Jupiter found Strange Antiquities, perhaps drawn to the curiosities within, and made it his home. Eli was more than happy to accommodate him, but he learned early on that Jupiter was his own master. His business is his own, but it largely consists of regular naps, terrorizing rodents, and midnight explorations of Undermere and beyond. What he does on his excursions is a mystery, but he seems to be well known among the town's residents. Interesting. Well, he's beautiful. He purrs when I pet him. I didn't notice that earlier. Okay, so it looks like I need to click the bell. Okay, Thomas Pope is our first visitor. Congratulations. Today is the day you meet the great Thomas Pope. Okay, well, that's a weird way to introduce yourself. That's me. I'm a man of two loves, fresh mountain air and a little white dog called Hamish. Okay? But I reserve some room for laughter among friends and shops with cats in them. If you would be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Okay. So Hunter's Boon, use blank on items, or right click on items to inspect them. What is a Hunter's Boon? Is a Hunter's Boon listed in here? Ah, yes, Hunter's Boon. A hunter's boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They are made from trophies taken from slain beasts. with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. Okay, so something representing a beast. And it's going to be something... It's going to be like this. Is there anything else that looks like it could come from a beast? Yeah, no, it's definitely this thing. It's a yellowy brown color. Move the cursor over different parts of the object to inspect it. Smooth, but with hard ridges. Smooth. Interesting. It has no center sound. It gives me a sensation of power. Yeah, this is the Hunter's Boon for sure. Okay, so this here is the Hunter's Boon. Okay, and we'll just leave it like that. Yeah, that's definitely what that is. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this to you. Use item. Identified. Hunter's Boon. Clues. This is a tiger's tooth. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed it was from a tiger, but that's cool. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. Wonderful. Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes, associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to... Boop, 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 boop. I accidentally clicked. Anyways, you can add labels to items while inspecting them using the right click. Yes, I did that already. Who's next? The knights are drawing in again. Okay. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed 2 winters ago. A creeping dark has set up in my home, or in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. Okay, let's learn about a shadow hold. Shadow hold, shadow hold. Shadow hold? A shadow hold, or Shadic vessel, is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar, or a bottle, or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. They are decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. Okay, so the shadow catcher design is going to be very, like, symmetrical. And it's got these, like, curly, almost leaf-like edges. Okay. Okay. Let me look. Let me look. Okay, well, right away, this thing stands out to me because that's the exact shape that was just in that drawing. However, is it... I don't know if that's an opening. I don't know if that opens, I mean. Although this has a very similar shape too. But this is the exact shape, I'm pretty certain. Okay, so I've narrowed it down to either this thing or this thing. Let's start with this one first. Color and composition. Bronze. Okay. Sense of touch. Raised detailing. Okay. I have nothing to remark on scent or sound. Oops, no, come back. My heart feels lighter. I don't think this is it. Maybe? Hold on, let's go look at this one. It doesn't mention anything about it opening or anything like that, so I kind of wonder if that's it. I kind of am betting not. Start with color and composition. So there's a cork, clay. Okay. Spongy, hard and somewhat rough. These markings have been carved in. Scent and sound, pungent. Okay. I have nothing to remark. Okay, oof. I'm still not certain. Let me look at this again. Called a shadow catcher. Pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. Sometimes a jar or a bottle. That bottle part really makes me think it's that one over there. Poison shadow hold. Let's just go look through real quick. Aries remnant. A binding seed. Ethereal key. Lillian, hearing charm. Horn shackle. Libela. Oxford spire. Ozic ring. Restful mother. Selenic totem. Strum. Shimmer. To slot into armor or weaponry. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. This design matches exactly. I feel like it has to be it. I just don't know because it doesn't open. Where this is clearly a bottle and does open. My heart feels lighter. This almost feels like a heart charm to me. Or a heart chamber, I mean. What is this? A black gemstone. I'm trying to figure out if one of these other ones is a heart chamber. Both louder and clearer. This is a heart. This is a hearing charm, I think. Interesting. Because I don't know, this one is hard because like I said, its design is almost identical to this. But it mentioned a bottle. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. We're gonna see what happens. I was right. Okay. So the shadow hold. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't follow that design. Okay, so shadow hold. The item is a container of some kind. The design on the bottle is the same as the sketch. That is not the same design. Oh. It is. It is the same design, but it's turned. I see it now. Oh my goodness. Okay, sunbond. A sunbond is small and lightweight Designed to be carried discreetly and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Okay, cool. I want to label this. This is the shadow hold. But yeah, I see it now. It's the design, but it's angled differently. Hold on. Where was it at? Let me show you. I see it now. See, they have the design so that the leaves are the four corners, very similar to that pendant thing over there. But if you look at it here, the leaves are not the corners anymore. They're the four cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. Interesting. Very interesting. I like that. Okay. So this one almost fooled me. But it does have a very similar design. Interesting. I wonder if that's somehow related. Okay, David Schaefer. Let's see. Oh, did I pet you again recently? What's with all these ravens flying about Undermere today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. A letter for you. Okay, I have a letter. Thank you. We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Okay. Charlie Weathers. Okay. What is... Interesting. Okay. An Othic ring. Othic. That's a... You're like a snake, dude. I want an Ossic ring. Ossic. That's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. Okay. Ossic ring. Let me go look about Ossic rings. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Korchin, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Okay. Some say that they can hear Korchin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. Okay. Well, just looking, there is one ring here. So this one should be easy. Gold. Withered flesh, grim. Okay. Leathery and bony, quite unpleasant to touch. Well, yeah, you're touching... Ugh. Hard and cold. And cool, I mean. I was expecting it to smell worse than it does. I have nothing to remark. I would be pretty certain it's this thing, but let me look what else. Bronze. An uneven texture. Makes no sound nor no smell. And they have nothing to mark there. Okay, I'm gonna assume... What is that? Probably shouldn't be touching these, but I want to. What is this? Oh, there's... There's more! Oh! Oh! Okay, you go back down. You're in my way. Hounds. It specifically told me not to mess with drawers. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Okay. I'm being a very bad fill-in shopkeeper. I'm not listening to any of these rules whatsoever. Oh my god, there's a spider. Do you see that? What does this thing do? Wait, it did something. I heard it. What's it doing? I'm so distracted. And I'm, like I said, I'm being a very bad shopkeeper. Anyways. Huh. Okay, anyways, I'm pretty sure it's this thing. Oh! Okay. So it wasn't that. Okay, let me look and see again what it said about the ring. When they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. Corchin. Shows it braided. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Corchin, but the practice, so it's something that's made, and it is twisted. I'm inclined to believe it's this thing over here. Okay. Now I have no idea. Can I take the ring off of this? No. I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. The cellar of the wine merchant. Okay, Strange Antiquities is 29. Right here. So is this the wine merchant? Okay, so when I go in there, it says, the proprietor and Mrs. Cranmore begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Yes, well, take the lot of them out of here, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all. E's done for me, but I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. Okay. These are not what I'm looking for, though. Don't put that there. Let's just set it there. Ooh! What would... It's supposed to be telling you how much something weighs. Interesting. Huh. Okay, that eye watches me. An Ossic ring, an Ossic ring. I'm looking, friend, I'm looking. I'm struggling hard, friend. Kat, you have any ideas? Tree on the shin. Archive. Oh, because I've made mistakes. My fear thing is going up. Oh. So I need to get this right, but I don't know what it is. Ossic ring. Did it mention it was an actual ring? These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They are hard to come across now, but they are occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say that they can hear Corchin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. Okay, new plan. Let's go through And let's just put everything up to our ear. No. I know what that is. Okay, well I found it. So it's macabre because they're made out of bones. Interesting. Brown twine of some kind. Bone, yellowed, white. Yeah. Hard and somewhat rough, coarse fibers. A soft sound like a serpent's whisper emanates from within. Okay. It has some evil quality to it. I do not like to hold it. Okay, let's make you... What is this thing called? An Ossic ring. I don't remember if it's 1S or 1C or 2Cs, but... Was it 1C or 2Cs? Okay, just 1C. Okay, you go with you. Made of bone, this item satisfies the description macabre. Closer inspection confirms that a hissing noise can indeed be heard. Okay. Evocants. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They are placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. So that's what the scale is for. Interesting. Okay, Edmund Bishop. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. Okay. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores. Carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. And they'll kill if necessary. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there, and I'd like to know what. I don't know what you want from me. A voice of Cernunnos might help put me at ease, or it might do the opposite. Okay, so voice of Cernunnos. Let me look. The name Voice of Cernunnos is used to refer to any bronze torque that has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of the forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with antlers of a stag, and often wearing or holding a torque. Okay. I think that's this. bronze. I don't know what a torque is, but in the image, he was wearing a ring like this around his neck that didn't close all the way, so I'm wondering if that is what a torque is. So I'm betting it's this. Okay, let's try this and see if I'm right. Yes, okay, so this was a voice of Cernunnos. This item is made of bronze. A similar looking item appears around the neck of Cernunnos in the sketch. Okay, that's what I thought. I want to label you. Oh, Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from Spirit Eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Okay. Closed. Okay. I want to label this. Voice of Cernunnos. I think it was 2 R's. Something like that. Let me look at that again. Cernunnos. Okay, so one of the R's I need to change to an N. There we go. Okay, what is this? Cool. Okay, next. Okay, end of day 1. The black mare thundered through the icy rain, shining wet in the silver moonlight. Her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Backburrow. Continue. Okay, when I moved my mouse up there, it's giving me this thing that I can control. So it looks like I need to go... I don't know what I'm doing. It's a goblet? Oh, it's chains. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Interesting. Day 2, Friday. What does this mean? Oh, so a way I can move around easier is the arrow keys. Okay. You can use shift to bring up a magnifying glass. Okay, I like that. So say... Oh, I'm hitting space. It would help if I did the right thing. Ah. Interesting. Very cool. Okay, anyways. Verona Green. Ah, well that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over these ravens, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Yes, he has, actually. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Pay no attention to me. I'm an old lady who got out of the wrong side of the bed. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do let Eli know that I was looking for him next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Okay. Will do. Thaumic disciplines. There are 3 branches of thaumaturgy. Each of these is split into 2 disciplines, represented by the following symbols. So, Selenic of the moon, Dradic of the earth, Diurnic of the day, Noctic of the night, Mentic of the mind, Wixic of the body. Imbuements. Calm, confusion, death, life, paralysis, poison, deception, fear, foresight, protection, strength, truth, fortune, hypnosis, insanity, weakness, wisdom. Elements, materials, planetary metals, mundane elements, weather, seasons, still weather, Wicca. Interesting. Okay, bring on the next. Tess Sherwood. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. I heard a horned shackle might be the answer. Okay, so earlier when I looked at the horned shackle, because I did look at that one, it is a bull. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Let me... Okay. Maybe this? It's the only horn that I'm seeing. It fills me with a sense of foreboding. Foreboding doesn't sound right. I thought at first it was bone, but it is in fact clay painted to look like bone. So this is not bone. Okay, let's keep looking. A cheap metal of some kind, probably pewter. It is a horn, bone, yellowed white. Brown fabric of some sort. Hard and somewhat rough. Engraved detailing hard and cool. Okay, I'm inclined to think it might be this thing. Let me look one more time. Horned shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. An example of an elaborate horned shackle. Okay. Let me look at this other one real quick. Because there are some symbols on this thing that I would like to know what they mean. Life. Life is the symbol. Like that. That is the symbol it shows right there, right? It is. So that's a protection symbol. And what did it say? Did it protect from demons? One's life. Change in one's life. It could be this thing. What else did I have down here in the drawers? No. Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's this thing. Okay, not that thing. So we're gonna go with our second guess, which is this thing. Ooh, okay. We're not very good at this. Okay, what about this? It has horns. It has to have horns. Ah. It's rough and pitted, but this part feels smooth. The horns are smooth. And how does it make us feel? Okay, I think maybe it's this thing. Okay, so this is it. So this is the horned shackle. The item has horns. Closer inspection reveals that the horns have been worn smooth. Okay, so you are a vestiger. Can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Okay. You are the horned shackle. Okay, next. David Schaefer. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. Okay. Oh. A letter for me. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm, and it's yours for the right price, of course. Kind regards, John Royston. So Royston Farm. Let's look at Royston Farm. Right here. Okay, John grins as I struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy negotiation, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. What do I get? Ooh, it's pretty. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. Let's hang it here. No, I don't want it there. Let's hang it there. Okay. Next. Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Our paths crossed late last night on Prince's Street. Okay. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark on important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later, and I wanted to bring her something. Okay. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. Okay, tell me what you want. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. Okay, let's look what a moon heart is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So a moon heart is not listed here. Let's go to the index at the end and see if it's mentioned anywhere here. Moon heart. Okay, it's part of a Selenic totem. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes, associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Okay. So my thought is this. I am overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Yes, I would say this is it. A light-colored wood. Polished. Nothing to remark on the scent or sound. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the moon heart. Selenic totem. This is a carved totem. The owl is associated with the night. It bears a concealed crescent shape. Using the closer inspect tool tells me it imparts a feeling of joy. Yes, so this was a Selenic totem. Hulgen Grim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Okay. I want to label you. Selenic totem. Thank you. Perfect. Next. Hi, Daisy. What you need? A friend of mine, or former friend, I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. Okay, interesting. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? Okay, I will need to make a choice here. There are no wrong answers, but my decision will no doubt affect the events in motion outside my shop. So a binding seed or a Zaya. Let me look and see what those are. Binding seed. These items are made of 2 distinct materials, representing the mentic and the wixic, so the mind and body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. A binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. Excuse me. The Yew Labyrinth at Castle Morrigan, a larger-than-life binding seed. Okay. So the binding seed could be a good option if I want them to feel guilty and shame. What does the other one do? Azea. Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zayas are made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. Okay, I think I would rather go with the binding seed. So binding seed. I am inclined to think it could be this thing. But it also could be this thing. Okay, one more thing. What did it say about the binding seed again? A binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. The winding path represents the mind, a spiral, and then it's encompassing the seed. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's this, and I'm pretty sure the way I'm gonna find out is if I go look here. I'm pretty sure that symbol earlier that represented guilt. Currently haven't found it yet, though. Okay, what about shame? Was shame an option? Calm, confusion, death, life paralysis, poison, truth, protection, foresight, fear, deception, insanity, weakness, wisdom. Okay, it's like a... It's like a cross with a circle and then a dot in the middle. I don't see it here. What was this again? What's in here? I don't know what that symbol means. And that makes me nervous. Okay, I'm gonna think this one. A stone. I don't like how this makes me feel. Okay, so this definitely makes you feel bad in some way. What is this one? Red paint or perhaps blood. A stone. Hard and cool. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. A binding seed. Okay. So binding seed. The item is made of two materials, wood and stone. It features a spiral surrounding a seed or the stone. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you're a binding seed. I want to label you. Shield charm. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. An ascetic spirit or a wandering shroud will not abide them. For example, such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Okay, let me label you real quick before I forget what you are. Perfect. Okay, next. Emmett Burrows. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. It was like he weren't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sudbury, and I'll be taking a libula to see us safely through. Okay, so you need a libula. Let's look and see what a libula is. A libula. Right here. Libulae are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula is not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturge knew well. Okay, so I need to look and see what wisdom looks like in this thing. Wisdom. Okay, it looks like a crown, kind of. Like part of a crown. Okay, so we're looking for that symbol somewhere. Let's use our magnifying glass. Well, I would say that thing. Okay. Libula. The item bears a symbol of wisdom. Okay, cool. So this is a libula. Witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. At most, unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. Okay. Maybe that's the witch's fingers. Let me label this. Libula. Libula. Hi, Dash. Mommy can't see through you. Okay, so that is the end of the demo. Says, thanks for playing the Strange Antiquities demo. There is a lot more to uncover in the full version of the game. More gameplay elements to discover that we won't spoil for you here, more secrets to unearth, and a sinister plot involving ancient deities, dark articles, and a meddlesome priest that will lead to one of several unique endings. Interesting. Okay, one other thing I wanted to look at. Its title scene, or title, its opening scene is very loud. One other thing I wanted to look at real quick was what happens if you get it wrong enough times in a row. Excuse me. Come on. What are you doing, Dash? Okay, so you want a hunter's boon. I already know this is the hunter's boon, but what if I give you other things? I'm one away from the red thing. Okay, I'm in the red thing. A deep fear has taken root. I must break the hold it has over me. Okay. Help? The goal is to break the seal. Match dice symbols to a section of the seal to break it. Stars are wild. They can be any symbol as long as they are all the same. Roll the dice as many times as you like. Click dice to unlock them. If you get 3 crossed bones before banking, you lose a life. 5 of a kind automatically breaks the seal. Okay. Click a segment of the seal and bank the dice to break it. Click a dice to unlock it. Stars can be any matching symbols. Okay, so I broke the seal. Now what happens? Continue. So it restarted the day. So what happens if I don't break the seal? Okay, now I'm back here again. Oh, you can only bank 1. It's kind of an interesting little game. Okay, now again, my objective here was not to win this time. I'm just gonna keep rolling and keep getting crosses and see what happens. Break the seal before it breaks your mind. Oh, and now these are locked in permanently. I can't go back. Interesting. Last life. The cat saved it. Did you see that? That was interesting. The cat saved it again. Is the cat saving it because they are duplicates? It was. Interesting. Reset. Ah. So it makes you keep playing until you win to restart. So that's interesting. And the game got easier because I died a second time. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and stop there. I really liked that game. I really liked the puzzle aspect of it. I love puzzles. I love anything that makes me think, even though sometimes I struggle a little bit with like coming up with the solutions. I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Here, let me switch to my, there you go. That way you've got something to look at. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. As I said in the beginning, it does come out on the 17th of September, so a week from today. So that is interesting, very exciting. This might be one that I would be interested in getting. I would need to see the price. It seems very interesting. And it makes me interested in the strange horticulture as well. And I know a lot of times when developers put a new game out onto Steam, they'll put some of their older games on sale. Now I don't know what the current price is of Strange Horticulture. Let me look real quick. Hold on. So Strange Horticulture is currently priced at $15.99. Which doesn't seem bad, but I don't know if it's come down since then. It originally released in 2022, so it probably has come down from whatever its original price was. So yes. So I am curious. I'm going to add this one to my wish list. And I'm curious about if this one is going to go on sale when Strange Antiquities does come out. And they might even do a bundle with both, and that would be cool. Because I do think I like this one. I do think I would like this game. Hopefully you liked it too. Hopefully you find it interesting. And let me know if this is one you think you'll pick up. So yeah. But y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.